how much do you have to pay? And when do you have to pay it to save the most amount of interest? The quick answer to that is I don't know, because there is no one rule of thumb that works for everyone. What we need to do is do the math on how much you're making, what your bills are, and how much money is left over after all the bills are paid. And that's called your discretionary income. How can we best use your discretionary income to eliminate the most amount of interest for you that's mathematically possible? So when we pay this money to the loan, so here's what's going to happen. I can give you kind of a overall sense of what's happening. We're going to put your entire budget into our computer program. We call it an opportunity cost calculator. If we put your entire budget in there, and number one on the budget is how much money does Miss Rama want to spend on her lifestyle to create memories for herself? And do you have a family as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay, create memories for her family. Okay, how much money do we want to spend? We're going to plug that in. Then we're going to pay all the rest of the bills, plus put money away for retirement out of your income. Okay, and the money that's going for retirement, that's probably deducted out of your paycheck, correct?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a 401k yet.
Oh,
I do have stocks with my company,
all right.
but I haven't set up monthly payments yet.
All right, but you have that opportunity.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's see. We're going to make sure that we take care of those things. All right. And pay the monthly bills. Now, here's the other thing. You just want to pay minimum payments on your loans. What? Yeah. You just want to pay minimum payments on the loan. And then any extra money that you don't need to spend to take care of all these things, our program is going to prompt you to put that money in savings. And every few months, now we don't put extra money on the debt every single month. We're going to find the right time and the right amount for you so that when you take some money out of savings, you'll be able to apply that to the debt and knock off several months and save several $1,000s in interest each time you do that. But our program is going to calculate how much interest you save. And by that calculation, we're also going to be able to determine how much interest you are saving per dollar applied. Let me ask you this question. If we can figure out, and this is just an example, we can figure out we can save you $6 in interest for every dollar you apply to principal, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
But if you didn't know the difference, you would accept $3 in interest savings for every dollar if you didn't know the difference, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. But if you have a tool that can do the math for you to make sure that every dollar you put towards this mortgage is doing the most work for you, that would be valuable. And that's what we do. We measure your interest savings and make sure that every move you make, you're going to save the most amount of interest per dollar applied each and every time. And so what we need to do, what P.I.L.L method stands for is prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. Prepayment of principal, we know what happens there. You're going to prepay principal. But we're going to add something to that. You're going to know how much interest you save each and every time, whereby we don't know that now. Okay? Number two, isolating the principal amount. What is the least amount you can pay, and when do you pay it to increase your interest savings? Ms. Rama, do you want to save some money and interest, or do you want to save the most amount of interest that you possibly can?
The most amount.
Okay. And does it make sense to you that we have to do a ton of math to figure out how much to pay and when to pay it?
It does. That's why I'm asking you to do the math for me.
And even I can't do it. That's why we built a computer program that does it for us. Okay. And when we plug all that in, the program says, here's how much to pay. Here's the month to pay it in. Here's the day of the month to pay it on. Here's the right loan to attack. And if we do that, you will save the most amount of interest that's mathematically possible for you and your family. Now, your neighbor would be given different instructions. You know, some people who read my book, they're looking for that one thing or two things or three things that everybody can do to save interest and to save time. There is no one size fits all for this, folks. There isn't any. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in anything. You want to move the right amount of money at the right time for you so that you can save the most amount of interest. You don't want to just save some. And if you save more interest using your current budget, generally you can be out of debt in 7 to 9 years. Ms. Rama, is there any other questions I can answer for you today?
No, there's nothing right now.
Okay. So if you want to know more about this, would you like to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free?
Yes.
All right. So you could go to the link above, and there's a button there that says get a savings and earnings report. Follow the directions and put in your financial data. Someone from my staff will contact you. And then we will be able to share with you the month, day, and year you'll be debt free, not just on the mortgage, but on all of your debt. And it's an average of 7 to 9 years. Some people a little less, some people a little more, but that's an average. But it's still a lot better than 30.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And thank you for coming to the stage. We do appreciate you.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.